Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Mariya. This channel is about spirituality. Please subscribe below so we can be YouTube friends. This is my video about the portal of April 4th, 2025. 4-4. It's a beautiful, energetic portal. It's quite unique. It's quite unlike anything I've seen in a few years. So 4-4 is all about resetting the foundations. It's all about redefining your foundations. It's all about re-examining the old and the new. It's about re-examining your life and very consciously selecting a path forward. 4 in numerology is a number of foundations. It's a quadrant, and it is a very stable structure. However, during this portal of 4-4, what we're all being asked to do is jump from one foundation to the other. So there is a little bit of an organic dismantling that we all are going through in this calendar year, 2025. This is ending one cycle, one 9-year cycle, beginning another for us as a macro consciousness, for us as a collective human family. During the portal of 4-4, what is really good for you to do is allow yourself, start with journaling if you can. This is a really, really good time to re-examine what things are falling away and what things are rising. You may get a certain sense of clarity during this portal day. So if you are inclined to journal, I invite you to divide your page into 2 sides. On the left side, you're going to ask yourself a question, write down the question of what is falling away. And on the right side of the page, you're going to write down the question of what is rising in me. And then just allow your hand to write down the answers to both. It is actually really important for this portal, to almost do an automatic writing exercise instead of consciously journaling. The difference between the two is when you do the automatic writing, you allow your consciousness, or subconscious rather, to write down the answers through your hand, as opposed to your mind controlling your hand to write down the answer. What we're looking for on this day of 4-4 is access to our subconscious, because it is our subconscious that really always knows the way. 4-4 really sets us for the rest of April, where a lot of the masks for us personally are going to come down. So April is the month of revelations, self-revelations, and 4-4 is this very beautiful portal that is prepping us for those energies. During this day, you're going to have an ability to do a very unique rerouting of your own energies, as in you can take your energy and look at how you currently have been distributing that energy. Where does it go? Does it go towards certain people? Does it go towards certain projects, certain wishes, dreams, desires, aspirations, all of the things, right? So 100% of your energy goes somewhere. 4-4 is a portal that almost forces you to get into your authenticity and really ask yourself, really get into that introspective state of, this is where my energy has been going. It is a fact. Based on where your energy has been going, you have certain outcomes in your life. Things are the way they are based on how you have been redistributing your energy. What things you have been prioritizing in life and what things you haven't been prioritizing in life. 4-4 is asking you to reshuffle, refunnel that energy towards things that are really important to you now. Very often, as human beings, we go on autopilot. It is almost as if we set ourselves up at one point, almost like we put in the settings, and then almost like robots, we're going through the motions, and a lot of the things and a lot of the life that we live is actually on autopilot, on automation. We are automatons in a way. And what really runs us are our thoughts, our feelings, and our energy. And they happen to be pretty much the same day in and day out. There's very little change. So the thoughts that you thought today were most likely the thoughts that you thought yesterday and the day before. In terms of their frequency, they're very, very similar. 4-4 is an invitation to dismantle the old foundations and set up the new for yourself. Don't wait for the universe to force you into change. Because during these portals like 4-4, you get to step into change in the most organic, natural, pleasurable way possible. However, that does require for you to step out of this automated living, from living on autopilot, and actually jotting down, like literally writing down, what are you committed to? 4-4 is amazing for making new commitments. And by the way, releasing yourselves from old vows, old promises, old things, old structures that no longer serve you, things that are holding you back from your truest expression. You really get to redraft your contracts in a way. You get to redraft your future so that it is no longer a repeat of the old stuck patterns. Because what this portal of 4-4 opens up is the energy of an 8. If you add up all of the digits in the month, the day, and the year into a single digit, you'll get an 8. 8 is the highest frequency of the Divine Mother available on this plane of existence. It is also an infinity symbol. 8 is literally the presence of all thing, which means that this is an alchemical date. 4-4, 2025 is an alchemical date, meaning you can take the foundations, reroute your energy in a way that can get you almost to this presence of all thing, meaning you can get to a state that has anything you could possibly desire in life. 4-4 is a portal that can make your dreams come true. In a way, it is a manifestation portal, but I decided not to call it that because there are so many. Usually during a manifestation portal, you just have massive streams of energy coming through that make you feel motivated, and it's all of these ideas coming through, or perhaps it's just the energy to get going. 4-4 is not that. 4-4 reminds you that you have already been given energy, that you are receiving energy all day, every day. It is just that you have been putting it in different places where your energy does not belong. So as you are, and here's what, if I may suggest, if I may offer a practice for the day, and it doesn't really matter when you do this practice, but really go within on that day and imagine yourself 5 years down the road as in a meditative practice. But imagine like the highest possible timeline. It's almost like if the universe were to show you all of these different paths, there's going to be one road that feels the most aligned, that feels the prettiest to you. And so imagine that you're standing on that prettiest of all roads, and then you fast forward 5 years into the future, and then connect to the version of you that is living 5 years into the future, having all of the things that you already want right now. And see and notice, and you may even talk to this consciousness as yourself and ask them, what are the things that you are doing today that they're no longer devoting their time to? You can literally have a conversation with the future version of yourself, and they'll tell you, I'm not doing X, Y, and Z. And instead ask them, okay, well, what are the things that I'm not doing? On top of that, ask them, instead of the things that I'm not doing, what should I be doing? And that future version of you is going to show you the things that it does on a daily basis that you're currently not doing, that got it to the state where it is right now. What I'm saying is that 4-4 will most likely, if you live this right, if you take full advantage of the portal, it is a golden chance. It's a ticket to re-examine your habits and make commitments towards how you're going to distribute your energy in the future. What are the things that are going to really serve you? And here is a thing to really, really pay attention to. Pay attention to an area in your life where you feel you're not really where you want to be, where you are not really seeing the results that you'd like to see. Is it the area of health? Like, is your health not where your health needs to be? Is it an area of spirituality where things are not quite where you want it to be? Is it an area of relationship? Is it money and career? Whatever that area may be, there is probably an area in your life that you have been neglecting because you have just not given that area of your life a lot of attention. And there may have been warning signs, or there may have been some signs lately that this is not the area that you can ignore in perpetuity, because things may get really bad in that area if you keep doing what you've been doing. And so 4-4 is an invitation to find that area in your life that you've been completely neglecting and realize that that area is actually really, really critical. And it is time for you to reroute your own personal energy in a way that is going to open up an opportunity for you to devote more time, effort, energy, and pour more of yourself into that area of your life. What are the things you have been putting in the back burner? What are some of the things on your bucket list that you've never gotten around to? What are some areas of your life that you have been neglecting to the detriment of your overall health and happiness? All of these things can and should be re-examined during 4-4 so that you can rebuild your foundations. And rebuilding your foundation starts with making new commitments, releasing yourself from old ones, and re-examining your habits. Make a list of 10 things that are taking away your energy. Literally allow yourself to make a list of 10 things that are taking away your energy. And you'd be surprised that you know what the 10 are. Like, it is innate in you. Your body knows what these 10 things are. Make a list for yourself of 10 things that are giving you life, giving you energy, that are making you excited. And notice, just pay attention to how many things on that list you're actually not actively engaging in. And start changing your habits one day at a time, because a much better life is waiting for you on the other side, and 4-4 is the day to make that first step towards your best possible future. Going back to the meditation, we kind of left that space and now we're back at it. Once you have the conversation with this future version of yourself, allow yourself to receive their energy into 3 major chakras. Into your heart, you want to receive their heart energy. It looks like an emerald stream. So literally you would imagine your future self sitting in front of you in the lotus pose, and you're sitting in front of them, right? So you're facing each other. And this future version of you that 5 years down the road has everything you could possibly ever want for. As they're facing you, imagine their heart opening up and literally a stream of green energy, like a bridge building between your two hearts, and accept that. And then allow them to send you the yellow energy into the solar plexus chakra, so in your abdomen, kind of like abdomen to abdomen. And lastly, in your lower belly, in the sacral center. So that would be the third energy to receive. That would be orange. So essentially, you need the green stream, the yellow stream below it, and the orange stream below the yellow. And you want to receive all of those frequencies from your future self. And you want to picture the inside of your body, there are containers, 3 containers, 1 for each of these energies. And you want to picture those containers being filled up to the brim with these energies of your future self. And that would enable you to bring in the codes, bring in the state of your future self into your current body and integrate that. And allow yourself, and that's important, give those energies as much room in your physical body and in your energy body as those energies need. They may need to really expand you. They may really need to build new structures within your energy body. Allow the energies, allow these 3 colors to work their magic in your body. Again, the green, the yellow, and the orange are really active during this portal because they're really reforging your path forward. Meditating on an infinity symbol is an extremely healing, soothing practice on the day as well. What do I mean by meditating on an infinity symbol? So you would sit still, you would close your eyes, and you would picture a figure 8. And as you picture a figure 8 in front of your eyes, you would picture energy traveling in a figure 8, like in this curvaceous pattern, just following along the slopes of the figure 8 continuously. And you just observe it. You just observe it. You just watch the energy move through the figure 8. And then as you are observing, as you are in tune with this energy of the whole thing, you may ask the universe for guidance. You may ask the universe to send you a message or to show you a sign or a symbol. And it could be really good, for example, to connect to what it is that you're meant to do with this lifetime. And for instance, if your intention is to see your purpose, as you are observing this figure 8, And you probably want to stay there, like observing figure 8 for at least like 25 to 30 breaths. Inhale and exhale. That's like one breath, like one cycle of breath. So 25 to 30 full cycles of breathing. And then essentially, you would notice that the figure 8 kind of like either moves out of the way, and then behind it, you will see that message. Like you will see a vision of some sort. And really do pay attention to what you see, because on 4-4, it's easier to get messages around things like your purpose and around like what are the new foundations that you need to set up? Like what is it that you are building towards? Like what is it that you are moving towards? What's the North Star? So I highly, highly encourage you to do that. Also, on One Mother app that we have, my meditation app that I have available, there is a meditation to connect with your future self and your highest possible timeline. There's actually a number of meditations to connect with your highest possible timeline. Those are amazing to do on 4-4 because, again, the depth of insight you will get on that day is just next level. All right, my darlings, that's pretty much it on the portal of 4-4. Don't forget that you are setting the foundations for the rest of your life. And this level of dismantling, this level of like energy being rerouted and shifted doesn't really happen all that frequently, where we can literally take all of our old stuff and put 100% of that energy into something new. And literally everything else, and that would be kind of like the new central axis of your life, and everything else will rearrange itself based on that new central axis. So here's to anchoring the new energies with, all of this awareness and guided by spirit. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling about the portal and what most resonated with you from this video. And I hope that you take full advantage of the day and the wonderful energies streaming down for all of us. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, loves.